What's up, guys? Ron Harris here. I know it's Arnold week, and we should only be talking about the Arnold and prediction stuff, but I thought we'd have a little fun today and show you guys a pretty cool Instagram page that highlights the craziest. I know crazy and psycho are bad words. These guys are mentally ill. These are abusers of Site Enhancement Oil, commonly known as Synthol, even though that's really not a correct phrase. That's a trade name, kind of like Kleenex is a trade name for a very popular brand of facial tissue. Pampers, very popular brand of diapers, disposable diapers. So the page is called Cacador_4. I believe he's based out of Brazil, and he features a lot of guys who have gone way off the deep end with Synthol. This gentleman has mainly just put it in his upper arms. We'll see some guys who put it all over the damn place. Looks like we had some in the calves there too. He actually reminds me a little tiny bit of Flex Wheeler in that shot right there. Just sorry, Flex, not comparing you to this fool. Yeah, these guys they're definitely they're not all there. They're not completely sane. It's something like body dysmorphia, but taken to a much worse level than most of us meatheads ever could, even with the steroids and the food and all that stuff. I'm going to keep going. I think this might be the same guy when he just started putting things in his arms. You could see it just looks like some swollen injection sites. Looks like this was the very start of his journey. Built like some mama. I'm not even going to bother because most of the oh, there he is. Okay, so this is sort of like a little timeline, and he's driving around with no shirt on and already looking bad. This is a mild example. We're going to get into some worse. That's actually a muscle suit. This is the guy they call a Synthol dancer. I don't know the names of these individuals. I don't really care to know their names, but they just look horrific. This guy with the pecs drives me nuts. It's just, again, this is a beginner with the Synthol craze. He's just starting out. He's got a long way to go before he's truly grotesque and abominable. This is the guy that likes to dance. Look at those pecs. That's gallons and gallons of oil in this guy's body. And the funny thing is he'll post like training clips. You know, there's probably some muscle mass down in there somewhere, right? But why would you even bother? Oh, he's doing some leg abductors there. He's working his inner thighs for us. And you see his pecs are so full of oil, they're literally bouncing up and down. Here he is with the famous dancing. I knew I had to get to this soon. So here's his dance. He's only got one dance move, and this is kind of it right here. So goes to the side. He's got the hips going. One arm in front, sort of trades off arms. That's his dance move. Just curious what the translation for this is. Funny thing is, a lot of people judging the guy in the comments. Oh, okay, so let's say we can't... the comments basically in Portuguese saying we can't judge him because we're not healthy. We're bodybuilders who use steroids. And, you know, I'm not judging these people either. Anybody can do anything they want to their bodies. You can have surgery to put horns on your head. You can have surgery to look like a cat, a dolphin, anything you want. Dolphin one was actually a cool South Park episode. But we can still shake our heads and wonder, what the hell is this guy thinking? You can see he's even put it in his quads. This guy, I call him the Synthol dancer. Again, I don't know his name. I don't even want to know his name. But he's put it all over the place. So I actually, in a weird way, give him credit for trying to be symmetrical with his SEO use. At least he's got the crazy, stupid-looking arms and legs. So symmetry. Balance proportion. This guy reminds me of Gollum because he's got like no neck. He's like a creature. I'll show him again. He's got the weird ear. He's got the huge ears. He's a very strange looking guy. And he was strange before he started putting crap in his arms and shoulders. And now he's just very bizarre. Oh, he's grocery shopping. Dropped. So, oh, okay. I didn't know you could, no shoes, no service is not a thing there. Now he's in his garage home gym, I guess. He's going to show us some, I'm guessing some push downs maybe. Looks like he's got a homemade cable rig, MacGyver set up right there. He's going to clip it onto some, I don't know, is that an old car part or something? I don't know what the hell that is. Not sure what he's doing. Yeah. This is definitely his home gym. But I'm like, why are you even bothering to train now that you've pumped all this oil into the muscle where you can't even recognize the muscle anymore? It just seems pointless to me to even bother training anymore. I don't know if he's just showing us the cable. Strange looking dude. If he's ever going to work out, what's he going to do? You better start working out quick, dude, or I'm out of here. Okay, here we go. You see some. Oh, no, that was it. He teased us with the workout. Didn't even get to it. So again, this is Cacador_4. Look at this guy with the lat pull downs. Yikes. Look at those arms. Goodness gracious, they're shiny. The skin is stretched to bursting. A lot of times with these guys, the tissue gets infected and dies. Actual necrosis, necrotic flesh. We've seen some videos where guys have had to have the stuff taken out of the muscles, and it's hard to take out because it sort of worms its way in all throughout the muscle. Again, why is he bothering with the curls? He's clearly got a gallon of oil in each arm. What's the point in doing curls, dude? I don't know. Is this the same guy, different guy? I don't know. Top comment is a guy I know, Dave Pulsnell, says complete nutcase. I agree. These guys are mentally ill. I don't think anyone anywhere has ever told them it looks good or given them compliments for it. They think they think they're getting the same reaction as someone like a Ronnie Coleman at his biggest walking around would get, like, wow, what a freak. But that's a freak in a different way. It's still not a positive reaction from most people, but guys that have all this crap in their arms and shoulders and everything, they're only going to get 100% negative reaction from everyone, and rightfully so. It looks horrible. It looks disgusting. I mean, there's one thing, steroids are one thing, but at least the muscles have a quote unquote natural look. They haven't lost the shape that the muscle's supposed to have. See that? His arms are 3 times bigger than his legs. With Synthol, you actually distort and blow out the shape of the muscle, so it's no longer recognizable as a bicep or a tricep anymore. It's just a massive, malformed, deformed lump. Here he is again. And again, it's the same dance move all the time. He's only got one dance move. He's a happy guy. It looks like he likes to dance. I don't know what the music is. Like, I don't want to put the music on and get demonetized for copyright infringement, but look at him go. Yeah, he looks like he's enjoying life, this guy. I assume he's still alive. I don't know. You always see in the comments that this guy died, that guy died, but I don't know. In most cases, I think they're just trolling. I don't think too many of these guys have died. Hey, I wouldn't wish death upon anyone. It's just, wow. It's a lot. These guys, to get to that point where you look in the mirror and you think this looks great. I look great. I'm going to keep doing this, because this doesn't happen overnight. This takes months and years of injecting over and over and over again into those muscles to get that much oil in them. Even if you're putting in multiple cc's in each arm and shoulder every day and pack, and his trap's got it too, it would take you a long time. So he's one of the worst cases. I don't know why this guy's on the page. I don't see anything with him. There's that guy again. Look at those triceps. Or there's a tricep in there somewhere. Yikes. Look at that. It's literally the size of a basketball, that upper arm. But it's not muscle, it's oil. Oddly enough, he's been able to maintain most of the shape that a tricep would have. It's just sort of morphed. We've seen other examples where the shape of the muscle is completely gone. Look at those biceps. See, the triceps should be twice the size of the biceps, and in that shot, they clearly were not. Wowzers. I've seen this guy before, too. I don't know if he was trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records. I remember the Guinness Book of World Records probably about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe. They had a guy, Middle Eastern gentleman living in the U.S. I think he lived here in Massachusetts, actually. Worked at a gas station. Maybe he owned it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But he had a bunch of crap in his arms, and he was in the Guinness Book of World Record as having 27-inch arms or something like that, when I think there was finally an outcry, because the Guinness people, they don't know any better. They don't know about Site Enhancement Oil. They assumed they were just big arms from, massive steroid abuse, but no steroid user has arms like this. That is an implant. I consider it an implant that you've done yourself with oil, as opposed to going to a cosmetic surgeon who would, You probably have to have a custom-made silicone implant to get something like that. Okay, here's the dancer again. Poor guy, does he do this for money? I want to know what they said. This is a mental illness-related issue. Probably he's retarded. We can't say retarded. Read somewhere before he died. See, they're always saying these guys died, but I don't think. This guy, I have not heard that he died. Maybe he did. There's another guy I'm going to get to if he's on this page, and I think he is. That I'm pretty sure he did die. I've seen several reports about that. But here goes, the same dance moves, Synthol dancer. Yowzers. I'll get to your comments in a minute. You know, there's I'm going to just call this guy Gollum because to me he looks like a creature. It's got his home gym there. Look at that hardcore. That bench has no padding. It's literally just a piece of metal he's on. That's hardcore. I guess he's doing sort of I wouldn't say a close grip bench press. You can see he hasn't put anything in his chest. Everything he's got seems to be isolated in his shoulders and arms. Here he is again. I'm not sure what he's up to there. A lot of these guys are in Brazil where they don't use the actual Synthol or the pump and pose or whatever. They use, he's going to go for a jog. They use vitamin A and D oil, which is super cheap. You know, probably a few bucks for a few liters of it. And it's not sterile and they get infections and it looks awful. So I guess that was it. Is he done jogging? Got to the end of the block and that was it. This guy, my goodness. Okay, this is a really bad example because look at that. Those look like just tumors. It doesn't look like the others. At least kind of look solid, mushy but solid. This just looks like literally liquid oil drooping. You know, like a very obese person's arms would have all that loose fat and skin hanging down. And look at that. You could see the holes in a couple spots where there's like an ulcer or something going on there. The skin's dying, but he's happy. He's posing. Wow. You have to wonder. I mean, I'd like to talk to some of these guys and ask them what is going through your head. You know, Greg Valentino, who was one of the original guys who put a bunch of stuff in his arms, you know, he fully knew it looked ugly and he didn't think it looked that great, but he kept doing it and doing it. He just wanted to be a freak. This guy, though, yikes. This is probably the worst example to me because look at that. It really looks like he's going to lose those damn arms. They're going to need to be amputated. Is this the same guy with them wrapped up in something? I'm not really sure. This is a milder case. He's got a good amount in there, but yeah, look at the bruising there from all the injecting. You can see the bruises from where he's been pinning. Because with Synthol, you need to go very deep. You can't just use like an insulin needle. These guys are going like 2-3 inches into the muscle to put that oil in there. Otherwise, it's going to start leaking out. But, you know, a lot of these guys will have major health problems or die because when that oil breaks up, you know, it doesn't get metabolized. It's going to break up and get in the bloodstream, and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. A few more. Let's go through a few more. This guy has got the tight tee on. He's showing you he can balance a mug on his oil-filled pecs. Oh, what's this? Valdir Segato. Oh, I thought I was going to see translation. The translation is still in Portuguese, so okay, now he's got 2 cups, 2 mugs going, one upside down. Yeah, I mean, what you have to wonder. You can see like there's a little hole in that bicep there from some tissue death. Yeah, yikes. Yeah, I don't know. I'll get to your comments in a bit, guys, because this is troubling. This is the guy that I'm pretty sure did die. Yeah. This guy died a couple of years ago. I think he was living with his mom. I saw some special on TV about, it was mostly guys in Brazil. I think they were all in Brazil. And he was one of the ones that they featured. And he lived with his mom. He didn't have any friends. This was like his whole life was just shooting up oil and making these like little videos, and that was his claim to fame. Yeah, so he's no longer with us, this guy. Anyone out there even thinking about this? Steroids are dangerous enough, but this stuff is a whole other level of danger because it's a very foreign substance. In the case of what these guys are using, it's not even sterile, and they're pumping it deep into the muscles and just praying that it doesn't get infected. And many times it does get infected, I'm sure. And I'm sure guys have lost big chunks of flesh and muscle because of that. They always like to dance, these guys. Oh, I got out of it. So that was, how far down am I? How far did we get? This was him again. R.I.P. I guess he was doing some reverse curls. Yeah. Valdir Segato. Is that his name? That was his name, I should say. He's no longer with us. Yeah, this was just last week. Don't buy sad pixels. My brother, admin on this page, don't post any more videos of this boy here because he's already dead. Let's have some respect for his memory because he paid a very high price for his choices that we all know what they were anyway. Let the boy rest in peace. So that was someone requesting that they stop posting. This gentleman on this page, stop posting any pictures or videos of him. You people are responsible for his demise, but normalizing this delusion that he looked good when in fact he didn't. He obviously had mental health issues. Yeah, he was clearly, as we say, he was not all there. He was not in his right mind, did not have all his mental faculties on the spectrum. I don't know what. Here's a different guy. Look at those arms. So you can see there's almost zero back development. Got almost no back, but he's got these monstrous, bulging, oily biceps. Not sure what he's about to do here. Look at those pointy delts. Look how pointy they are. Yikes. That's another common thing we see is, I guess it's probably, they keep pinning in that same spot and it just keeps getting higher and higher away from the bone. It does not look like a shoulder. It looks like, I don't know what, like a giant elbow or something. Rough, rough, rough. I'm not talking about the dog. It's hard to look at these guys. This guy again. Yeah, I don't know why he's showing us that he does work the lower body, even though the upper body is all set with the oil. Is this the gentleman that passed away, or is it a different guy? I'm not really sure. No, this is a different guy. I think this one's still alive, but probably lives with his mom too, I'm guessing. I mean, can you imagine these guys having any woman interested in them? I mean, it's grotesque. They could be the nicest guy in the world, but what woman would want to be snuggle up or be seen with a guy like that? I see a resemblance. That's got to be his mom. It's got to be his mom. Oh, there's the Gollum guy again. Got a little bubble gut, a little palmboism going on. Older character. He's probably about 50, I'm guessing. This is this is the guy that, is that Crisco? He's actually making fun of himself by putting a bottle of oil, or is that just like a water bottle? I don't know. He's trying to balance it, but he needed something with a bigger base. His bicep's not flat either, so it's pretty, I don't know what he was thinking. Oh, there he goes. He's got, oh, nope, can't get it to stay. Can't get it to stay. Oh, dude, what are you doing? R.I.P. to the Oil King from Masshole Muscle. I know Masshole, Peter. I know him from Instagram anyway. You see, I wonder who pinned his traps for him. Do you think he was able to do that himself? Because I can't reach my freaking shoulders to do that. I can't reach that high. This is creepy. He's got some mud on him. He really looks like Gollum here. This is really scary. I said, you can see I'm the top post from 3 days ago. I said, what horror movie is this? It was actually looking at this post that made me decide I'm going to make this video sometime soon. I was going to wait till after the Arnold, but what the heck? We got time. He's going to wash off the mud. Can't wash off that oil, though. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Goodness gracious, guys. Synthol dancer in the gym showing another guy his moves. Yeah. Oh, man. What do we got for comments so far? I've been bodybuilding. Does he talk about SEO a lot? I don't know. What's up, Sarkis? Genesian. Barevish Besas. That's all the Armenian I know. What's up, Melvin? All is well. Thank you. These guys have serious mental health problems. I totally agree. And, I know it's very insensitive for me to call them Synthol Psychos. I think psycho is probably a bad word in today's politically correct climate. Mental illness is a very real thing. And I'm not trying to make light of mental illness or disrespect those who suffer from any kind of mental illness. But these guys, because we're bodybuilders, this is kind of near and dear to us to see these guys who have taken the idea of transforming your body into something, if not beautiful. Some guys don't want to be beautiful. They just want to be big and freaky. But these guys, they've gone way, way overboard. Baby oil now. Look like women biddies. I think you meant titties. Is that what you want to say? I use D there. You could probably say titties on YouTube. People say fuck all the time. Thanks. It's best bodybuilders. Luba Hulk. Watch your video with the Dr. We Know of an Olympian doing IGF-1 straight onto the muscle. Oh, if any Olympians are using IGF-1 for localized growth, and I don't doubt that there are, certainly none of them are advertising it. I mean, most of these guys who go on podcasts, Instagram pages, and they're quote unquote super transparent about all the stuff they use, they're not the top tier bodybuilders. They're lower level guys, they're amateurs, and it's sort of their way to get a lot of attention is to show people, hey, here's all the drugs I'm on. Didn't know that was possible. Yeah. Does HIT work? HIT, high intensity training, all training works. All training works. It's working for some people. I mean, there's so many different styles of training, and we have so many different great physiques. That tells you that everything works. If you work hard, really push and challenge yourself, the style of training is not that important. What I mean by that is there's no style of training that's vastly superior. Arlindo Anomalia. What happened to Synthol Kid? Yeah. Synthol Kid. I wonder, is he even on this? He's still around. I don't know what his name is. Synthol Kid's still around. I think didn't he have to have the synthol drained out of his arms? What are we going to look at now? This is an older gent. A lot of them seem to be some middle-aged dudes. Probably like a midlife crisis kind of thing. It's weird though that some of them put it in several body parts, but a lot of them just go with the arms. This guy to me looks like he's only put the oil in his arms, and he's carrying substantial body fat, so you can't really. It's not as obvious. But look at that big fold of skin there from it. Yikes! This guy again. This guy. My God, he's horrific. Lordy. Hideous is an understatement. We could go on and on. Grotesque, abominable. Yeah. Still getting the world record. Big arms. Well, I mean, you got a point there. I mean, how could they? I guess if you're going to give a record to the biggest arm, I mean, what if there was some big strong man who was like 30% body fat? He's 6'11" and he's 450 pounds and he's got 28-inch arms. I mean, that would be the biggest arm. It's not the same as like a bodybuilder having a 28-inch arm, which we've never really seen. But yeah, it's kind of a stupid record, I think, because there's just no way to really have a strict policy as to what you would consider. Here he is again. Let's do some outdoor working out with this guy now. Oh boy. Okay, he can do some chin-ups. Well, kind of. I was going to give him credit, but then he did like one half chin-up and then a couple little spasms. And that was that. There's Synthol Kid. There's the kid. So he's from Russia. I think this is older. Yeah, that's the kid from Russia. He is out of his gourd, as we say. Do you have a watch party this weekend for the Arnold? Thanks for asking, Muscle Machine, with Kevin Levroni, the Maryland Muscle Machine, the avatar. Yeah, Friday night and Saturday night at 7, we're going to be watching. It's going to be me, Giles Tiger Thomas, who's staying up very late for us. So Friday night at 7, it's going to start with wellness and fitness. Then they're going to do the classic physique finals, which is judged earlier today at the expo, and the open men judging with Samson, Derek, Andrew Jacked, Brandon Curry, Carlos Thomas Jr., that whole crew. That's going to be Friday night at 7. And then Saturday night at 7, we're going to do it all over again. Saturday night is just men's physique is the only thing we have to watch before we get to the open men's finals, I believe. But yeah, this is horrifying. Yeah, it's beyond horrifying. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. You know, bro thinks he is Arnold. Yeah, I mean, he is nuts. He's nuts. I mean, anybody who would do this, nobody in their right mind, no sane person would voluntarily do this to themselves. You can tell this he's not right. He's not right in the head. That was a wheel kick. What was he trying there? Showing us his kickboxing skills, I think. I don't know. Yeah, let's put this dancing guy, because he loves to dance, man. He loves to dance. Synthol dancer, I call him. Valdir Segato, that was the gentleman that died. Yeah, this is psychotic. Yeah, so I don't really feel too bad saying psycho. I know that's not a kind term, but these guys are psychotic. I'm not a mental health I'm not qualified to diagnose anybody's mental health illness or anything like that, but it's clear to me, and I think anybody, that these people are mentally ill. Yeah, Valdir died, the guy that we were showing. That's how some people view open body. Oh, I agree. I mean, we've been to, if you go to the expos and stuff, that's our own people, so to say. So they're used to seeing big, freaky, juiced up bodybuilders. I remember years ago, back in the 90s, when I worked on the ESPN American Muscle Show, one thing I would do a lot, we would go down to World Gym Venice or Gold's Gym Venice, usually World, because World Gym, we like to film there because they had no music. It was quiet. Whereas at Gold's, it was so loud, the music, we would have to ask them to turn it down. They didn't like turning down the music because we were trying to pick up the audio, and plus we can't have top 40 hits on ESPN because then we're getting hit with a licensing fee on the music. Anyway, long story short, after the workouts, I would often, me, the cameraman, and the athlete would go down to Venice Beach Boardwalk, and we would film the guys walking down the boardwalk with all the tourists and get the reactions. And we got some crazy reactions, both just, looks, and we would go up to them with the mic, or the boom mic or whatever, and we would say, "What do you think?" And yeah, some people were impressed, some people were disgusted, a lot of people were just freaked out. They always begin injecting their biceps for that peak into the rabbit hole with these guys. I could see that because, I could reach my biceps. I couldn't really get my triceps. I had my wife do my bicep once, not with Synthol. It was regular gear, but I'm thinking, if I'm putting it all on my glutes, because my upper outer glutes were getting enormous from pinning them all the time. So I asked my wife to put it in a bicep for me one time, and the pain was just so excruciating. I think she stuck the needle in. I almost jumped out of my skin, and that was it for me. I was done. Clearly, because my arms are crap, so it didn't work. So bad though. What is the allure of doing this? Yeah, Michael. I'm guessing it started off slow, and they used it just for a little more visual enhancement to make the muscle look a little fuller, rounder, more volume to it, and a little, it's like the lyrics to that Guns N' Roses song that I love so much, Mr. Brownstone. I used to do a little, but a little wouldn't do it, so the little got more and more. I just keep trying to get a little better, said a little better than before. Yeah, and that's what I think happens. It starts off slow, a small amount, and it just escalates. Nobody can think this looks good. Well, I wonder, like, this guy seems very pleased with himself. He posts all these videos of himself. They might start a Synthol division in Brazil soon. Well, it's not an IFBB Pro League or NPC, but they do have men's wellness down there. That's a thing now. I think they've had further shows than the initial one, because I did see a picture of a lineup. I can't remember where I saw it, but it looked like it was a legit lineup of like 6 or 7 guys on stage that were men's wellness. Is the fake muscle hard or soft? That's a good question. I would have to walk up to one of these guys and cop a feel, which I don't want to do that. I wonder, because I imagine if like scar tissue, anytime you stick a needle inside a muscle or anywhere, a little bit of scar tissue is going to form with that. Why is this guy on here? He looks fine to me. This guy doesn't have much of Synthol. They're just trying to show how skinny his calves are or something. I don't know. I'm not sure why they put that guy. There's Gollum again. Yeah, I'm curious as to why they have some of these guys on this page. Oh, does he have a little bit in his pecs or something? I don't know. Oh, it's his butt. He's got Synthol on his ass. Okay. I was wondering why is this guy on their page? Who's this? See translation. It wasn't a bomb, it was oil. Okay. Just oil and I say nothing. I don't know why I bother translating. Half the translations aren't that intriguing. This is a different set of dancers. This is a different guy dancing. Well, this guy's got more moves than the other one, though. He's a better dancer. Let's give him credit for that. He's actually got some steps. The other guy doesn't ever move from that little spot. Wow. Synthol dancers. Wow. God bless Brazil. Here he is out and about. Let's see what the crowd thinks. I don't know if this is Brazil or if this is Africa, and maybe I'm profiling him because I see all these African-looking people. I'm assuming it's Africa rather than Brazil. Could be Brazil, though. I don't know. I don't know any of these guys. Oh, see, the people are feeling him up. I don't know what they're saying. Is there any music? Okay, I can't have that on. I might get in trouble. But yeah, he's freaking out the crowd. I don't think they're admiring him. I think they're just in awe or disgust that somebody would do that to themselves. That guy again. This guy looks homeless. Looks like some of his oil has gone away. No, he's just a regular old buff dude, I guess. Yeah, this page features a lot of the same people over and over again. It's Cacador_4. I found out Cacador means hunter or sportsman in Portuguese. Not really sure what that has to do with this particular page. I thought caca, Spanish is like another slang for poop, shit, caca. I thought it was something like that, like these were like shitheads or I don't know. This guy, yikes. It looks to me like the oil is actually leaking right there. I don't know what doesn't that look like there was some oil leaking on it? Oh, this is the dancer guy again. He's just not smiling. He looks different when he's scowling. I should be able to tell from the tattoos, right? You're going to do some curls. It's like, why would you bother? There's so much oil on top of that bicep or in the bicep. It doesn't even contract. It already looks, it doesn't move. It just stays fully contracted looking all the time. Yeah. Is that a scar or is that actual oil leaking out of somewhere? I don't know. Yikes. This guy's got some moves. Arms are definitely much bigger than his legs. More comments. Yeah. Probably know who's OE Fitness is. Funny videos regarding gym fails like people who use oils. Oil righty guys. That's pretty clever. Right, plus extreme how much they weigh. It's all a look. You be 200 pounds. I don't know what that's got to do with what we're talking about, Melvin, but I agree with you. Arnold is a free live stream, right? It's arnoldsports.com. You do have to register ahead of time, Michael. It only takes a second. You could probably do it that day, but arnoldsports.com. There's a link up there for stream or live stream, and they just want your email so they can send you some email ads of whatever they're advertising. And it's sponsored by ESN, huge supplement company in Europe, sponsoring the webcast, the stream, I should say, the live stream for free. Free is my favorite. I love free. So, and that also allows me to do a watch party, because when you're doing a watch party for a pay-per-view, you can't show the live pay-per-view or else you're stealing their pay-per-view. Even if you paid for it, you can't profit off showing their pay-per-view while they're trying to, because you're going to, in their minds, and they're 100% right, you're preventing people from paying for the stream if they can go to your channel and watch it free. So you can't do that. But this is free, and I'll be putting links up to it the whole time to make sure I'm referring people to their sites so they can do it. But that will allow us to watch it together Friday and Saturday nights. I can't wait. Always. Oh, thanks, man. We're going to have fun. We have fun, And the good thing about this, the Olympia is great, but the Olympia is 3 hours behind Eastern Standard Time, where I'm in Boston. Mike Cox is in Florida. So we're in Eastern Time, same as the Arnold in Columbus, Ohio. Giles is 5 hours ahead of us, but the Olympia was 3 hours behind. So we had to all stay up late. Poor Giles. He was up till like all through the night, like 9, 10 into the next morning doing the watch party. But They actually shut me down during the live for Saturday night on the Olympia, and I got a strike on my channel. It took me a while to get rid of. So I will never do that again. I will never show a pay-per-view again. It has to be a free stream. This is effing hilarious. I agree. If Jack doesn't care if he's going to click, I don't think Jack does too much with this stuff. Triceps, surprising got that SEO looking. We all know what he loves to do with biceps flex too. Well, can't wait to see Beru's next competition. I believe it's in Italy with Martin. Oh, why would Martin be doing Italy if he's competing in? He's going to do the Detroit. I'm pretty sure, right? I know he's doing. He said New York Pro. I'm sorry, he's doing Pittsburgh Pro and New York Pro. I think Detroit is a little too early for him. I heard Krizo is doing New York Pro. I guess that's old news, but I just heard it today. Michael Krizo from Slovakia, who just picked up George Farah as his new coach. So that should be interesting. That dude in the blue had good genetics to start with. If you've ever seen pictures of Greg Valentino when he was younger, before he started doing all that stuff, he had a great physique, great arms, and he screwed it up. He screwed it up badly. But a lot of these guys, some of them have shit genetics. Like this guy was never going to look great anyway. He's got like no neck. He's built like a toad. But some of these guys who have done this to themselves, they did have good physiques, and they probably just decided, I'm going to put a little bit, like someone just said, I'm going to put a little bit in my bicep, get a little more peak, or maybe a little bit in my shoulders, a little more width and roundness to my shoulders. And it just kept going and going. And, they didn't realize it was a problem because they were seeing themselves every day. They didn't realize it was looking as horrible. Oh, what's this? Finally something I might be interested in. Okay. Look at that. Badunka dunk. Oh boy. Someone's probably asking, what's her OnlyFans? Yeah, I mean, that's a fake butt. Because look, she's a regular sized woman, regular arms and legs. She's got muscular legs, but look at that. Look at that badunka dunk. Good Lord. That's a lot of booty right there. Okay. Yeah, this guy's still pretty athletic. This guy can still move around, to his credit. He looks ridiculous with the arms, but he's still able to move. This is effing unreal. All pros use SEO. I don't know about all, Mark. We say all means 100%. I don't believe 100% of pros use it. I'm sure it's fairly common, but there's no way to know. If they're doing it well, in a subtle way where they're not going overboard and they're going deep in the muscle just to sort of make it stand out, make it a little more voluminous, a little fuller, you wouldn't know. It's only when people go way overboard. Yeah, Michael, I think everything is included in that stream. Obviously, I don't know if they even have two streams going at once, but I think the stream starts on Thursday with the Arnold Amateur, which, if so, they're going to have millions of viewers watching Sam Sulek going for his Classic Physique Pro card. Stoked for the watch party. Yeah, tell your friends. What's machine fire? Poor Synthol buggers, where the mates. So I wonder, Deng Tui, if people around them try to stop them or try to let them know this looks awful, you really need to cut this out, and they just ignore their friends' advices because it's an addiction. It's got to be just like a psychosis. I'm not going to compare it to like narcotic addiction or something, but people do things. People have a hard time stopping things that they know are really destructive. Alcohol, recreational drugs. This is just another example of that. I mean, I don't think any of these guys are convinced that this is safe, that there's going to be no long-term deleterious effects. Sometimes some of these guys, I bet they had to have limbs amputated. Dunkin' Donuts should sponsor her. That was a girl with the big butt. Yeah. Synthol was originally used on stage to bring out more subtle definition, small areas. Yeah, John. I mean, in the beginning, everything starts out sort of in a more sane, using a sane manner, and then people just start going crazy. I remember the first guy I ever saw up close with Synthol arms, and Synthol was the big trade name. Pump and Pose was the first one. It was out of Germany. That was the most widely used one. That was available, I want to say, like around 93, 94. And there was a strongman named Manfred Herbal who, I don't think he was famous for being a great strongman. He was more famous for his freaky arms, which were full of oil. And I remember distinctly going to the Arnold Classic. It was, I think, 95. I think it was the first Arnold I ever went to. For some odd reason, he was on my flight from Los Angeles to Columbus, Ohio. Directly, I was on the aisle with the, my left side in the aisle. He was across the aisle from me, and his arm was there the whole time. And he had a sleeveless plaid vest on, shirt. I was like, damn, that does not look right. Essacline. Yeah, so Essacline, Ryan, that's a good question. Essacline was a temporary thing. It was like an inflammatory agent. The guys would put it in their arms, shoulders, sometimes calves. There was another brand name too that was something similar that guys used, but that was temporary. It was really just to swell up a body part. I don't think it lasted more than like 12 hours. I'm taking a guess. I know it didn't last long. It didn't linger in the body the way Synthol does or these oils do. And guys would use it just to bring up a body part for one day on stage, basically. And they wouldn't touch it again. It wasn't something that was used like all the time. Like these guys they're pinning this oil constantly. Yeah, Trump gave Phil a shout out. That was awesome. Donald Trump did. He was recognizing famous African Americans at the White House last week. And he gave Phil Heath, 7-time Mr. Olympia, a shout out. Imagine Trump at Olympia. That'd be crazy. Yeah, well, Trump was at WrestleMania at least once in the past. He was actually in WrestleMania. Him and Vince McMahon, they each had an athlete, a wrestler, representing them in some match at WrestleMania. And the loser had to have his head shaved. And of course, Vince McMahon, it was all scripted. Vince McMahon's guy lost, and Trump got to shave Vince McMahon's head live on TV in WrestleMania. In Australia, your mates would just tease you until you stopped it. I mean, I don't know if these guys have friends. I assume they must have. I assume they have friends. I don't know. But I mean, if people are telling them what to do, they're not listening. This girl's got she's got a regular upper body. It looks like she's a wellness competitor. It looks like she's putting it in her quads there to me. What do you think, guys? That's a new one. Regular upper body. She's buff. She works out for sure, but her lower body is much, much larger than her upper body. This guy, again, I don't even want to look at that guy. He's not a good looking dude, and he's got the disgusting looking body too. Looks like a toad. He got gyno, a belly. He's all messed up. This poor bastard. What is he thinking? It's the same post. He's put the same post up more than once. Wowzers. Yikes. Gonna make that bigger. Oof. Brutal. Flex system about Kevin using Essacline for those shoulders. I don't know. Kevin always had great shoulders. It's the world's strongest man contest. I'm talking about the guy I was just talking about. Oh, can't think of his name. I was just talking about him. Oh, anyway, yeah. Anyway, guys, yeah, I think that's enough for one day of these guys. It was clearly a departure from genetic condition. Clearly a departure from our normal talk on this channel. So Friday and Saturday night, guys, want to invite you all to the Arnold Classic watch party we're going to do with Giles Tiger Thomas, myself, and Big Mike Cox. Want to have a good time with you guys. Comment on the show, predictions while it's going on. See who looks way better than we thought they would. Who's going to place better? Who's going to place worse than we thought? I mean, it's all going to be revealed once these guys walk out on stage for judging Friday night for the Arnold Classic. Samson, Derek, Andrew, Brandon, Carlos, Bonac. There's a ton of guys. This is a great show. So we're going to have a good time, guys. And I really would enjoy all of you sharing that watch party experience with us Friday and Saturday night. So please hit your notifications. Turn those on if you don't already. Good to see you around. Thanks for live. For the watch 6. Thanks, Muscle Machine. All right, guys. I'm going to stop this. And that's it, man. So that's it for today. Appreciate y'all watching. See you again Friday and Saturday night right here live for the Arnold Classic watch party. Peace out. Bye-bye. Oh, I got to hit in stream. Sorry.